Hello, traders, and welcome to the market update for the week ending 29th of January 2021. What I wanted to speak to you about today is route to profits. Okay, so talking about routes to profits, seeing the way the markets are going at the moment is quite volatile, quite turbulent. We looking for a direction, but the markets are not providing one clearly as it stands. So when we look at our options when we're trading, what are the routes? So this has been spoken about previously, but what I wanted to refresh your minds on is we have three different, more than three, but we have three options like we will look at today. So the first one, option A, we'd have, let's say, a time and price. So this being price and this being time there and price there. Okay, so if you had a, say, £5,000 account to start with, you're starting with a £5,000 account, and in option A, what you're looking for is you start and the market will trace and go forward, and you want to double your account. So when it hits a certain line there, you finish off with a 10k balance in your account. Okay, so that's option A, that you're looking at a route like getting from A to B. So when you're traveling, if you want to get from a point A to point B, you can use a variety of routes. When you go onto the sat navs, it'll give you options whether you want to take a toll route, you want to go a direct route, you want to go the fastest route, you want to go a scenic route. So similar in trading, we have some options. So you got option A, which is the direct route. Then you got option B. Okay, same again, we'll have our price and then we'll have our timeline. Okay, same again, we're starting with the 5k account there, and in here what we'll have is we'll have a little bit of a climb in our account, and then we'll take a slight drawdown, and then we take another climb to the upside, slight drawdown, and then it carries on and hits our target, and we're happy that now that we have 10k in our account. Okay, so there you are. So that's the option B. Okay, and then you also have the third option, which is option C on here, and same again, we'll have time and price line. But on option C, what happens is we start the account pretty strong, and then we take a drawdown, and then we go pretty strong again, and it's doing really, really well. But then we take a sharp hit in, and it goes past our previous drawdown, and then it kind of is on, gives us a little bit, and then hits our target at 10k. Okay, now what is the difference between the three options here? So as you can see, option A, in the market, straight up there, not always possible, very rare, unless you were lucky enough to get into, say, the Bitcoin chart that I have open here. If you got in around about this area here, and you placed your trade, then you've got a strong steady with a slight drawdown and then to the upside again. Okay, so yeah, that could have been this option here could have looked like that, depending on how much you placed per trade. But that would have been option A. Not very often that you'd see something like that. You expect some drawdowns in the market as well. So option B, it gets into the market, gets you into the market, you have a slight drawdown. Okay, as expected, the markets will, they're volatile and they change, so we don't know when they're going to be in our favor or not. So we keep playing the markets, and we're still in the trades, following our plan as always. And then we carry on to the next level where we make some profit, and then we have another drawdown. But then eventually it does go up to the top and hits our 10K. So we only got some small drawdowns on the option B, okay, which can happen. But then you got the option C, whereby you're in the market, you make a bit of a profit, and then you have some drawdowns, but you hold your ground and you stay with it, and then you get a further increase in your account size. But then you take another drawdown, and this time the drawdown, it goes past your previous drawdown, and this is what gives you a little bit of a nervous feeling to say, hold on a second, what's going on? Is this working for me, or am I going to actually succeed? But you have to be patient when trading. We are in the markets, and the markets will react as they go forward. Difficult to predict exactly, but we are making like calculated assumptions to say we're looking at the market to go in this direction, and then we place our trades. But as we've seen in the past couple of weeks, and this month especially, it's not always the case. However, if you hold your nerve and hold your ground, then you can carry on and eventually hit the target figure that you have set for yourself and your account. Okay. How do you apply this to your trading? So when you do your research and you're looking at the charts, and you go back and you do historical data research on how the markets are reacting, you have a look and see. You might think to yourself that, okay, what I'll do is I'll wait for the first drawdown to happen, and then only once the first drawdown has happened, then I'll get into the market and carry on with my trading. So you eliminate some of the drawdown that you would get on here. Or you could just hold your nerve and stick with it and start from the start, or you can wait for the two drawdowns. So you've got one there and you got the second one there. So there's two drawdowns here. So you could wait for the first and the second drawdown to happen, depending on what your markets and your historical data has told you. And then you can get into the market and, just ride the market until you hit a target that you have set for yourself. So that's the way to get into the market and apply the routes to profit to your own personal trading accounts. You got to remember that when we do, we're always got to ensure that we maintain a level of confidence in the market. You have to stay patient, be consistent, and it's the law of numbers. So, it's an accumulation of all the trades that you take that you can get a figure from, not one or two trades on the market. So just hold your ground, be patient, and let's see how the market will pan out for us. So that's the route to profit, okay, for this afternoon. Let's move on to the market itself and see where the markets are going. So I have the Bitcoin chart open. So let's have a look at the Bitcoin. So as you can see, from around about October, is gradually climbed. It's got to the point in end of December where, as you can see, it nearly hit just shy of 42,000 on the Bitcoin. And since then, it hasn't had a very good kind of direction. It's just kind of been a bit choppy, as you can see from the chart itself. Just something that you need to be aware of, and hold your ground if you are in the market. But had you been in the market in October and taken this trade, then as you can see that you have captured a good run on the Bitcoin. Okay, and we need to let it settle for a while before we can start looking at further opportunities within the Bitcoin market. Going on to our majors and the currency pairs. So Euro USD, here he goes. Again, not exactly a direction in the past week and a half. It hasn't really given us much to go on. They're a bit choppy, but as we've seen, it's had a climb, and so if it's had this climb, then we are looking for a possible move to the downside, It had a slight move to the downside, but there may be more in the market. That's something that we'll keep an eye on. But it is a trade. This is an instrument that we do kind of trade quite regularly. Dollar Swiss, as you can see, bit of an accumulation over a period of time. Had a slight breakout to the downside, but since the past few weeks, again, not much in the sense of a direction. Just something we need to keep an eye on and see which way it's going to trend to. Pound dollar's been quiet recently. We have looked for opportunities to place trades on this instrument, but it's not occurred for us. But we're still keeping an eye on it. There's a little bit of consolidation, as you can see again by my lines that I've put on the charts for you. Slight breakout to the upside here. If I was to move the line down a bit, say that, okay, let's see, they've got a few more touches there. But yeah, there's a slight breakout to the upside, but still, it is trending in the up direction. So possible some more moves coming in the few weeks ahead of us. Dollar yen, there was a little bit of quite a bit of choppiness going on there. We have placed some trades, not always in the best for our interest, but at the moment, as you can see, past 3 days we've had some big runs on the dollar yen. We do have some trades running on the dollar yen at the moment, so yes, they are looking in favor for now. But yeah, there's a strong move to the upside just within this week itself with the dollar yen. Want to keep an eye on for going forward. Aussie dollar, again, very choppy. Not had a lot of success with this instrument this week. We're just watching to see where it goes before we can start taking some strong moves. We're looking for those 20% strategy moves that we have, and then we can capture some of the bigger and longer runs. Something like the run from here would be good. Euro yen, again, very similar to the dollar yen. We've got a strong move going to the upside again, but however, it hasn't broken the previous swing high as of yet. So, it's still a slight consolidation within the market on there. Very slow movement within the year. So since the beginning of December, it hasn't really done a lot, apart from one strong move to the downside. But we are still looking at the euro yen. It's another instrument that we kind of regularly have trades going on. The FTSE. On the FTSE, as you can see, a few weeks back, it was mentioned on the market update that we're looking for a move to the downside, and there we have it. It is, as mentioned, coming to the downside. So that was a good call, and we can see that it is quite a strong move, quite clean move coming to the downside on the FTSE. Normally, what the FTSE is doing, the Dow Jones kind of follows very closely. Between the two, there is a correlation, as you can see, slight correlation there and there, and on the Dow Jones. Again, a bit of a move to the downside, not as strong as a FTSE, but it is definitely a move to the downside on the week that we've just had. Coffee. There you go, coffee. Very choppy, still consolidating within the lines there. A slight breakout on there, which is with a high test bar, but it's come back and reverted back within the lines and confines. So there's not much of a direction. We do look for trades on the coffee, but they're not very successful at the moment because the market hasn't made its mind out on where it wants to go. But still something that we will keep an eye on. It is a commodity that we trade. Brent oil, consolidation going on again. It did have a slight climb from towards the end of December beginning of December onwards, but now this month it has just been consolidating and not really giving us a direction. Silver, again, another one which has been very choppy and not really settled. in the past few weeks, it's just like, slowed down quite drastically and given us no form of opportunities to kind of capture any decent moves. But still keeping an eye on it to see where it moves. At the moment, we've got a bit of a single market compression going on, because as you can see, it's not moved much further from these two there. And if I was to go down to say there you goes. So there's a little bit of a movement within these two lines, but it's not having a decent clear direction and a run for us. And Bitcoin, we've already looked at Bitcoin. There you goes. Bitcoin, it's giving us nothing in the form of direction. Very choppy market. Congratulations to those that took the trade early on and enjoyed this run here. But at the moment, it's got some very big bars showing, and I think it's nearly hit its 42,000 limit for now. But we'll keep an eye on it and see where it takes us going forward. Okay, so moving on to the Market Watch, and from the Market Watch to our figures for the week. So in the elite room this week, for the primary runners, 20% OE strategy, we had no trades, so it was 0%. On the primary runners, 70% OE, same again, we had no trades, so there was 0% on that strategy. The cash-in 4.0, 70% OE strategy, we had a minus 0.16% loss. And on the continuation patterns, we had 0% because we didn't have any trades. So the total for the elite room is minus 0.16%. And then moving on to the live trading room, where we had no trades on the money bars 3.0, so that's 0%. No trades on the primary runners strategy, which is again 0%. On the lift-off 20% OE, we had a minus 1.87% loss. And on the lift-off 70% OE strategy, we had a minus 0.35% loss. Moving on to the cash-in strategies, the cash-in 4.0, 20% OE gave us a minus 2.86% loss. And the cash-in 4.0 one-day exit gave us a minus 1.32% loss. So the total for the live trading room was minus 6.40%. So adding the two rooms together, the elite room at minus 0.16% and the live trading room at minus 6.40%, we have a total of minus 6.56% loss for both rooms this week. So it's been a bit of a challenging week for many of us on the floor trading. But like I said earlier on, patience, consistency, and law of numbers is what we are looking for. And stay with it. Find the route that you're going to choose to get to your profits, and then we move forward, going on from there. So with that, concluding the market update for this week, all I'll say is until the next time, stay disciplined, follow the plan, and keep trading like a master.